Yo, what up, guys? Travic here. I want to just talk really quick about something that might be insane for Dawn of the Hunt. These patch notes nerfed a lot of things, both including Trampletoe and Ice Wall. There's a line in here that says ice crystals can no longer apply on kill effects such as Herald of Ash and Trampletoe's overkill. This line of text is very specific because there was a build that I played in the early access that was a warrior, and you might have seen me play it in videos. It used the whole temporalis, it used Trampletoes, it used all the works and all the fixings, and it made mapping pretty trivial. Essentially, to give you an idea, is this character would blink. Oh, I gotta turn all my stuff on. This character would blink and create a frost wall with Herald of Ice and blow up the screen. This entire interaction has been removed. This whole blinking all around, frost walling, blowing up multiple things. Now, what's really interesting about this is this character, just with its current setup of damage for regular mobs, was able to just hit really hard, right? So like you see, we can like go up to rares, we can hit them. It takes a couple of hits, but our auto attack is still relatively strong enough to kill monsters without much fear. Now, the thing that made this completely busted was that we were able to put down a frost wall, we would hit the frost wall would explode for overkill damage and blow everything up. But since we can't do that anymore, we needed to find a solution. During stream today, my good friend Spooker, whose information is linked down below, showed me this. He said, hey buddy, drop this shield wall. And I've talked about this in my previous warrior video when I showcased this build. He said, try dropping a shield wall and see what would happen. So of course I went into a map, I dropped a shield wall, I placed it down. I have my Herald of Ice, my Herald of this, my Herald of that off, and I just wanted to see what would happen. And he suggested a couple of different ascendants or skill gems to put in for supports. And we just wanted to take a look at what would happen, and the results were really shocking. We were able to put down this wall, and we were able to hit this wall, and mobs, as you see here, would explode. And now, to reiterate, this is no Grim Feast, this is only Berserk, there's no Herald of Ice, there's no Cast on Dodge, we haven't pressed our Infernal Cry yet, and we're able to just pretty much just hit the mob in the current state of things. We just drop our Frost Wall, we hit the wall, we can Infernal Cry, and we can just blow up pretty much everything, and it goes really, really, really smooth. Now, the real cool thing about this is I was able to test this in a lot of different scenarios, and there might be something here. So before I went down the road of testing it, I brought back up the patch notes and I just searched the word wall to see if there was anything about this skill. Going back and looking, it's called shield wall, to just a triple double check. And I type shield wall, and all it says is shield wall's segmented life past gem level 20 now matches that of ice crystal. From frost wall, for example, this is a reduction in total life. Explosion radius is now 4 meters, previously 3. So what I then did was I double checked the wording on shield wall, and it says ram your shield into the ground, throwing up a semicircular wall. Enemies can attack the wall and your slams will instantly destroy them. Each wall segment explodes when destroyed, damaging enemies around it. Can have 4 shield walls at a time. There's no cooldown on it, so no need for temporalis. It adds 6 to 8 physical damage per 15 armor on shield. Looking at the shield now, we have a pretty basic shield. Our shield only has 45 armor, and we just saw what would happen. Now, before somebody says anything, yes, this is recorded before Dawn of the Hunt. Yes, this is all hypothetical. We do not know if this will work, but this is a running concept theory. Our weapon, very basic, high fizz damage weapon and a cultist great hammer. Our gloves don't do anything special. We do have a breach ring. We are using Aziri's Disdain, which does not do anything for our damage. Temporalis, as we saw, is not taking effect into anything to do because we weren't using any cast and dodge. We do have an ingenuity boosting the damage on our breach ring and boosting our pork ring or porcelain ring, which might not even be needed anymore if the heralds are completely busted. Our amulet just gives us a bunch of spirit and some skills. We do have Trampletoes, which were only affected by Ice Wall for shenanigans, and we are using a shield to give us a little bit of block. Now, what's really cool about this is if we go into a breach, I would like to see what happens and how it interacts with the boss. Now, you see our Grim Feast is off, our Herald of Ice is off, our Cast on Dodge is off. All we're really using is Berserk with Cannibalism, We have blink to just let us move around a little bit, but we're not even really going to use it. And we have a level 8 shield wall, which is the lowest level shield wall that we can get, with fortress to make our shield wall go in a circle. My character is going to be a little squishy, as it originally relied on Grim Feast for extra sustain and survivability, which is something we could solve and fix going forward. But essentially, what should happen is we should be able to wall and hit the wall, and without any problems, be able to just completely blow up everything. And this is a tier 4 breach. I'll show you guys the Atlas tree in a second. I realized I didn't put it up right away. And we're able to just like drop our wall, hit our, you gotta press a light flask, you don't want to die, right? We're able to drop our wall, hit our wall, and like that rare was just instantly deleted. We come over here, we do the same thing. We come over here, we just hit everything again. And this is just it. Now, I've seen other content creators do this before. I believe King Kongor was doing something similar. And we're able to just, even with our basic auto attack, because the character in itself is relatively strong, we're able to go clear a lot of content. Now, this character was a lot of fun, and one of the biggest takeaways was it was able to scale its AoE to the moon, and at quick looks through the current list of nerfs, nothing was really changed. The thing that we do have to look at that's coming that hasn't been released yet will be all the gem changes. Now, the gem changes could affect, possibly might, change everything, but as it stands right now, I'm just operating as though shield wall will remain in the exact way that it is, assuming that this is working as intended. If not working as intended, it might get nerfed, before the release of, Dawn of the Hunt. Hopefully this is like a, an intended thing, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not supposed to be able to do what I'm able to do, though it might be a little bit weaker with the ingenuity changes. It's cool, man. It's cool. And if this works, man, and this doesn't get completely changed immediately, this might be my go-to reroll target. Now, we were able to go through this relatively easy. There was no issues, no problems. You could see this is a level 4. We have all of our points assigned, and we're just gonna put a TP down here just for safe measures in case anything goes bad. We're gonna double check our flask. We do indeed have charges so that we can worry about it. We have mana charges, and we're just gonna go into the boss. Okay. Hopefully that still happens. Hopefully nothing changes, but that's what I'm working with. That's what I'm working with. But this is where I'm at with the tree. The tree is subject to change. All we did was scale a whole bunch of AoE. We took a bunch of extra damage nodes. And if you have questions about it or you want to look into it, I do have the video of this character when I built it. It is linked down below. But this is just some food for thought. And like I said, thank you for my friend Spooker HD for bringing this up and double, triple, quadruple telling me about it. He's going to see this video and absolutely hate me, because if it doesn't get nerfed and it does stay the same, I'm sorry I killed your league starter, but it's really cool. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'm going to get this video out to you guys, and I'm going to go see if we can find anything else that's completely and utterly crazy. For now, friends, I'll see you all in the next one.